Okay, now we taste different terroirs. In Jura, we are very lucky because we have many different wines, because different grapes on different soil. But for us, the king of our wines are the Vin Jaune, because it's very old wines that we produce in Jura since 2 or 3 centuries, maybe more. And it's something different, completely other wine, because we have concentrate wine with character of nuts and spice, very original. And you can keep it for many years. The rules for make Vin Jaune is to have 100% Savagnin, aging in barrique for 6 years minimum, aging under the flor of yeast. The flor is very original. Why? Because normally, if you put a wine with air, you will have very nice vinegar. Why? Because bacteria arrive, and bacteria will make a vinegar when the wine is with contact of air. Then, in this case, we have our flor, local flor, very interesting. In Jura, is developing with all the condition we have of the cellar and everything. And in the good way, these yeast are developing and created the flor. On the flor will be the warranty. The wine is not going in vinegar way, but the yeast of the flor take alcohol, stop to aldehyde. But this is very interesting because that's the magic of Vin Jaune. You have 4 different Vin Jaune. You can have Château Chalon with an appellation produced only Vin Jaune, and you can have in Arbois, Côte du Jura or l'Étoile. And my vision of Vin Jaune is to go in single vineyard Vin Jaune. Single vineyard, why? Because we did it in Chardonnay, in some other red sometimes, and for the Vin Jaune, who are very strong wine, I wanted to prove all the subtlety and the typicity of every single vineyard. And for this reason, we produce it. We have 5 different Vin Jaune, sometimes 6, and in the future we'll have 10 different Vin Jaune. Just for have the fun to have an expression of all our different soil. We'll taste 5 different Vin Jaune from different plots, from different single vineyard, and you will see now the difference we have. This is very interesting. We start with Arbois. It's a Triassic soil, East exposition, on vines planted between 1993 to 1996. I work hard with the temperature of the cellar, with the maturity of the grapes, with the choice of the grapes at the beginning, to have something in the same time very typical of Vin Jaune, but with very nice fruit and very nice deep character. Every time I say to you, Trias give wine more large, more open, like something like tannic. Okay, now we taste la Maillotche. We change completely because now we taste 100% Lias. La Maillotche, it's original soil because it's a Lias but very degraded. If you go, for example, to Château Chalon, you have the Lias, but you have the Lias every time with a few limestone come every time at the top of the Lias. Then the Lias are not very degraded. Okay, la Maillotche, exactly the same style of winemaking, and just at the nose, totally different. More discretion because you're on Lias, more deep. every time with the last soil, that will be more fine. Trias more open, Lias more fine. But when you're on Lias, every time you have like this citrus character every time. But you smell the end of month totally different compared to the first one. Okay, now we taste la Vasèe. La Vasèe is a mix between two different soils because at the bottom of the vines this is Trias, and at the top is Lias. And la Vasèe is original soil because you are in small place in full north exposition. And full north exposition, that means in winter the sun is not present, but in full summer, you know, when you are full north, you have good, the sun is wake up here and go down here. Then the level of alcohol is very high. And every year in this soil, we have something like whiskey character. You know, not peaty, but more highly character. Every year you have this character in this Vin Jaune. A little like salty character. And every year we have this character. This one is very good with oyster. You put it with oyster or like oursin or something with oily thing. Very nice balance. And is the more oldest vines of the estate in Savagnin. The Savagnin is unusual grapes because when you plant it, the Savagnin on clay soil, you have very nice alcohol and very nice acidity. Why? Because the clay soil are not very rich soil. Then quantity per hectare will be very low. On Savagnin is very late grapes. You can waiting for a very nice sugar. Then you will have naturally very high sugar, then very high alcohol. But in the same time, clay soil are very cold soil, very fresh soil. And because the soil are very fresh, temperature is not much low compared to limestone, pH will be very low. Then you have very nice acidity. On Savagnin, the balance of the Savagnin is sometimes alcohol or more than 14 of alcohol with pH less of 3. Then you have a pH of champagne wine with alcohol of south of France. Then the balance is very original. And then with this balance, it's a warranty will go in the good way. Why? Because bacteria are at the origin of the vinegar, don't like alcohol, don't like acidity. Then with the normal balance of Savagnin, bacteria is very complicated for them to make vinegar. Okay, now we taste les bruyères. Les bruyères, we come back on 100% Triassic soil. On Trias from les bruyères is very full south, and les bruyères is the archetype of Vin Jaune from Arbois because it's very large, very open, very nutty. This is very typical from Vin Jaune from Arbois. You say it's another way compared to the one we tasted before. It's large, more alcohol, more sunny. One thing very interesting, we know what transformation is inside of the barrique, but sometimes you have 5 barriques is going in the good way, and 1 barrique is going in the bad way. And this in a natural way, and in chemical way we can't explain. And we can't explain this. And in this condition, it's not 100% to make Vin Jaune. Sometimes you have some accident, it's like this. For us, we have accident of between 1 or 3 barriques every year. But we can't explain why this barrique didn't take flor and take bacteria. But it's like this. But it's a little the magic of the Vin Jaune because you can't control it. And when we speak about the color of the flor or the evolution of the flor, you can't control it because it's year after year you're developing one style of flor or one other style of flor. And it's for this reason, Vin Jaune is a little mystic because it's not something you can control 100%. Okay, and now we taste the last one, we taste Château Chalon. Same winemaking, everything is similar, but Château Chalon is very different compared to the other one. The first thing, when you taste the fine wines, that means taste 4 Vin Jaune on a white wine. because Château Chalon is every time more fine, more delicate, more deep. It's totally different vision of Vin Jaune. We have one big plot, full west, in north of Château Chalon vineyard. But to say that the nose is more white wine. Winemaking is the same, but it's very delicate every time. Château Chalon is very interesting for aging. More the wine age in bottles, more the difference will be high. Because we're just bottling, and then we have the definition of. But now, when you taste the first vintage we did, we produced 2003, 2008. You have much difference between the different terroirs. We created now 20 years ago something doesn't exist in Jura, because just for lots of people, the power of the Vin Jaune is something everybody remembers of the Vin Jaune. You know, Vin Jaune is, wow, power wines. But when you speak about the definition of a free soil, you understand Vin Jaune is, you have complexity, fineness, subtlety in the Vin Jaune. And you will taste some Vin Jaune something different than just a big wine. You know, Vin Jaune is every wines need to have an approach, a real approach of sensibility, drinking on fineness of everyone. And is the thing we're looking for to have, and I'm very happy we have this result like this. Santé.